Hi, Melissa.
Hi, how are you?
For everybody watching, this is my client and customer, Melissa. Melissa's been a customer for, gosh, you'll tell everybody, quite a few years.
Maybe 15 years now.
Yeah,
15.
15 years since I started really in 2005, which is amazing. And we met at my last workshop, which was
Right.
about 2 years ago. And I've been dying to interview you to find out how you look so amazing. You do reveal your age, which you don't have to, but if you do, people will be astounded. You do look really fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
So,
I'm
sorry.
well, I'm 51 in March.
Yeah, amazing. And you know, I've got a big birthday in March as well.
No.
And it's not 40, it's the other one up from that. So I'm catching up with you.
No, that's brilliant.
So Melissa, tell us a bit about some of the background about yourself as a woman who's now over 50 and wants to look and feel her best.
Well, it all started. I had my son, who now is 26, but back then I was modelling and I was in an industry where obviously there was high demand to look fresh, young, and obviously when you have small children, you don't always look the best and feel the best. So I started looking for something that would help me with regards to my looks. And then that's when I discovered on the internet you.
All those years ago. And how true that is when you have children. Oh my goodness.
No. So I just thought, well, I'd gone down the lines and thought, shall I go and get Botox? Because this is when Botox was just starting to get fashionable. And I thought, no, maybe I'm a bit too young to do that yet. And I thought I'm going to try a different option. And like I said, I stumbled across you, and obviously you had great feedback with the original machine, Tuivasa, and I decided to give it a try. And to be honest, I have never looked back.
Yeah, which is amazing. Have you still got your original machine?
Yes, I do. And I loved it so much. I even bought my daughter one.
Yeah, awesome. And how old's your daughter?
She's 18 now.
Yeah, but she uses it as well, like for prevention, does she?
She doesn't use it as regularly as you're supposed to, because obviously she doesn't need it yet. Yeah. But she does have a little tweak now and then.
And you've since using the Tuivasa, which was our first machine, our first model, you've moved on to our newer device, which is the Tuatrend. So how would you describe Tuatrend if you're explaining it to a friend?
Tuatrend is a little machine, tiny, sweet little machine, which I take even abroad with me when I go on holiday and things. It's got two wands, which you can place on your face, and so you can use it both at the same time on both sides of the face. As soon as I use it, I can see the difference. It's almost like a workout for your face. It's no different if you were working your body out. You look after your muscles when you're training, and the same is for your face.
Yeah. And how does it feel?
I'm used to it now. It's quite, first of all, it's quite a weird sensation, but it's almost like exercising the muscles in your face, like little sort of tremors.
Yes. Yeah. But and now how do you find it?
I do it now without even looking in the mirror. I watch TV and I do my treatment probably 2-3 times a week. I do the machine.
Wow. Did you use it more in the beginning, Melissa?
I did use it in the beginning, but I used it alternate nights. That's how I found, that my face didn't get too over, like the muscles overused. I used it every other night, and I genuinely used it properly for about 3 months ongoing every single other night.
That's really brilliant. That's really interesting to hear, because I'm always nagging my customers to start using it every day, well, at least 5 times a week in the very beginning for about the first couple of months.
Definitely.
But it just goes to show that with regular use, you've managed to get really good results using it every other night, and then you've managed to go on to 2 to 3 times a week.
Definitely. I think, like with anything, like even with an exercise regime, if you don't work out, if you don't train, then you digress, and it's the same for your face.
Yeah, no, definitely. Exactly. It's like, it's, to me, it's a lifestyle. You know, it's not something that you're going to use just for 6 weeks, then it goes in the gadgets graveyard in your drawer. It's got to be incorporated like body exercise, like fitness, for your face, part of your lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, you know, you incorporate it into your lifestyle. I look forward now to, in the evening, just tucking myself away for probably just 20 minutes and just using the machine.
Yeah, that's brilliant. How would you describe your process for looking younger in 1 or 2 sentences before you found any of our TUA products? What were you up to?
I found the whole marketing industry with regards to beauty real minefield, and it is quite scary because obviously nowadays there is so much on offer and you are totally bombarded by what works, what doesn't work, what's good, what's expensive. And I think it was little trial and error. I obviously tried the TUA Vista originally, and then now I've gone on to the TUA Trend, and I recommend it so many times to so many people. And I know from an incident I had when I went with a friend to see a surgeon, he actually asked me who had done my face. And I obviously replied and said, no one, you know, I don't. I use a machine, the TUA Trend. And he said, whatever you're doing, he said, keep doing it. And he said, but don't tell too many people about it. And that was genuine, that comment.
I remember you told me that story when you came to the workshop. It's somebody really well known, a very eminent, I think he's a cosmetic doctor.
Absolutely. He couldn't believe it. And he said to me, who does your face? Who does the filler in your face?
I just want to stress, you'd gone with a friend. I think you were going out for lunch or something like that, and you were just accompanying her before you guys were going out, and he saw you in the waiting room.
Well, I had the treatment room with her.
You did?
I was so intrigued, and he let me go in because I wanted to watch, because I'm fascinated by things like that. So I watched in the corner, and then he asked me, who does your face? Who does it?
Wow,
so
that's amazing. And he didn't believe you at first?
No, and came over and had a little feel, you know, sort of to see.
Hope he asked permission.
No. He's like a god, apparently.
Amazing. Yeah, so that's brilliant. So yes, you're not good for his business, Melissa.
He turned me away. So, you know, he's a very good surgeon, because obviously truth, where a lot of people wouldn't, you know, turn you away if you don't need stuff done. So
were there any specific challenges that you faced to try and look younger than the ones you've mentioned before you found the TUA Visa and then the TUA Trend?
Definitely. In my industry, I am probably the oldest woman. Like I said, I do modelling and I work in hospitality, and I'm probably the oldest one on the team. But I work with a lot of younger girls, obviously. And so there is real pressure on me to look fresh, to look young, you know, and keep up with them almost. As sad as it is, you know, that's my industry and that's my living. So
And I just know some people watching this are going to think, come on, Melissa, come on, you've had a bit of filler and a bit of Botox, and you look like you've got your lips look very plump. You look like you might have had something done to your lips. So
I can show people pictures of my lips when I was 18 years old, when I used to model. I'm not going to lie, I've had Botox, I've tried Botox in the past, but obviously Botox, you can't move your muscles, and it's counterproductive having a muscle stimulant and then having Botox, and I wouldn't recommend it for people that have had Botox, because you don't want to be exercising that muscle. I have had a product called Profilo, which is an under moisturizer, but it's not a filler. So I've also had LED light treatment, which I recommend. But you can have as many things as you want, but you've got to have the structure there to hold it all up, and that is what the secret is.
In the Tour Trends is working on the structure of the face, the supportive muscles, which also gives you the volume and natural volume and shape.
Yeah, and I think if you do have those treatments done, there's nothing wrong with them. This would probably benefit them, apart from, like I said, the Botox, which is counterproductive. I wouldn't recommend to have Botox. So.
And do you have any fillers now, Melissa?
No, I don't have any fillers apart from Profilo, which is a
moisturizer, and that's it.
And the occasion. Against fillers, I would definitely go down that avenue. It's something that doesn't bother me at all if I needed it. But the Tour Trend has saved me so much money. When you think about, a treatment for a face is probably 1,200 just a filler. That's every 6 months.
Yeah. So, and you don't need that anymore.
Sorry?
I said you don't need that anymore at the moment. Well, you don't need that anymore.
No, but I'm not against it, and I don't think,
You're not going to say never, but as it stands, you don't feel you need it, which is great.
A lot of people say to me, "Oh, what do you do on your face? Who do you go and see?" And then I say, "You." And then I tell them about the machine, and whether you like it or not, it may be an old school idea. It works. It definitely works. I wouldn't have used it this long, all this time.
If it works from the neck down, to work out muscles, to shape and sculpt, then why wouldn't it just make sense?
Well, it obviously, it's like I said, you go and work your body out to work your muscles out. So you do the same with your face. Your face is no different.
Mm-hmm. And have you tried manual facial exercises, like doing it with your hands or just in front of a mirror without a machine?
I've looked at it, but I've never ever tried it properly, because obviously I use the Tour Trends, so I haven't really but I do know it can be quite beneficial for you.
Yeah, that's right. And I think, I don't know, speaking personally for me, what I loved about the Tour products is that it's kind of the lazy way of exercising your face. You can just do it so easily in front of the television, or while you're reading a book. If you use Tour Trends and there's 2 wands, you can just do it in 15 minutes, and it's relaxing. Whereas I find I have to motivate myself more if I wanted to do manual facial exercises. But I do agree with you. I think any form of facial exercise, if you're doing it correctly, I think is beneficial. You're going to get results if you're consistent.
Well, the internet's full of people, that go down that route, and I know it does work, but obviously you've got to keep doing it. You have to be quite regimented. It's like with the Tour Trends, you've got to do it. You can't just leave it because it's not going to work and think, oh, it's not working, because it definitely works.
And what about your skin? Have you noticed any changes in your skin as well from using the Tour Trends, as well as the lift and the tone?
I think it's so beneficial for your skin, because obviously sometimes after you've used the treatment, you can get a little bit of hotness in your face, because obviously it's erythema, it's the blood that's come to the muscles, which is great for your skin, because then obviously you get rid of your toxins, but also, you know, it speeds it all up. So yeah, definitely, I really think that is a great thing, because obviously you're introducing more blood flow, more movement, so your skin does benefit from it, definitely.
What led you to look for a better way for looking and feeling younger originally, like 15 years ago? Can you remember?
I started to notice the signs of aging as in your 30s, and I decided to start investigating it. I started learning about diet and how that affects your skin, and becoming really interested in industry, and it just went on from there, really. And I stumbled, like I said, across you, and I know that you had a lot of celebrity endorsements, which interested me, and I thought it's something I need to try and see if it works, or if it's just a gimmicky gadget. Which
And how long did it take you to start seeing results, Melissa?
I saw results straight away, because like I said, I used it consistently, and I genuinely used it. First of all, I used it in front of the mirror, and then I became confident with it and used it just by myself, like just looking at the TV, or, you know, reading if you want to read something.
So after a while, you didn't use a mirror anymore. You didn't feel
No,
you needed a mirror. Oh, that's cool.
definitely.
Thing. And what results? Tell us what results you have noticed.
I've noticed that I have got cheekbones, my cheek here. I love this. I think it lifts my eye when I use it. I do like that. I think, you know, my eyes can look quite fresh. I like here, because obviously as your fat pads slip down, I think it's really helped here, because obviously you slide the wand all the way up here, so you're using all the muscles here. You can put it behind your ear, which helps, you know, to pull the muscles up.
Yeah, that's what we want. So do you like to use the Tuatren with both wands?
Yes, I use both wands, definitely, because it cuts your treatment time down by half, you know, so you can use and do equal amounts at both sides of your face.
And do you like the fact that you can glide the wand during the muscle contractions? Because I think that's very unique to Tuatren.
Yeah, that's why I changed from the Tuivasa to the Tuatren, because obviously then I realized that you can actually slide it up and use all of the muscles in your face instead of just staying statically.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. So I was going to ask you how the Tuatren saved you money, but you've already mentioned that it saved you thousands of pounds by not having to go and have fillers and Botox.
I do think that if people tried this, they would be surprised at how much it lifts your face. And like I've said, many people say to me, oh, you know, who does your face? What? And I'm totally not against tweakments, things like that. I think you should try this before you go down the avenue, because it's definitely a lot cheaper. And with regard,
and there are risks, Melissa. There are risks with having those tweakments.
yes,
And one of them that concerns me most as a professional is scar tissue. I hear a lot of anecdotes of people that have had filler and Botox over the years, and people get deep scarring in their dermis from the injection sites.
Yeah.
But then, you know, that adds up over time, and then they've got to do a lot of massage over years to try and break down that scar tissue.
Of course.
And you can't have new collagen where you've got scarring.
Yeah, it makes sense. That actually makes sense.
So how long would you say, if you were advising a friend, how long they would have to use Tuatren to start seeing first results?
I would say to anybody, obviously getting used to the machine, you need to use the machine for a good 3 months, but almost weeks. If you are consistently and honestly using the machine, you see results straight away from almost the first couple of treatments. Your skin feels better, your tone looks better, definitely.
That's brilliant. What went better than expected during your experience of using TourTrend?
When you say that, what do you mean?
Was there anything that was better or surpassed your expectations of using TourTrend?
Yeah, like I said, I use the machine at night, and in the morning I wake up and I think my skin looks better, my eye bags look better. Maybe it's something to do with the lymph system. Obviously, you're draining. Maybe I'm not really sure about that side of it. I just look better when I use it consistently.
Oh, that's brilliant. I'm actually going to put you on full view because you just look so amazing. Did you hit any roadblocks, any challenges with TourTrend when you were using it at first, or?
Like with anything new, a new regime, I struggled a little bit, obviously, with the first, where you're supposed to place it, if you're doing it correctly. And even though I'd done it for years and years and years myself, I still found it really helpful coming to one of your workshops, because I still learnt in your workshops, where the insertion of the muscle, the end of it, what muscles we were using. And so obviously I could do it totally down to a T, because I do it without a mirror. So getting used to my face as well.
Oh, that's excellent. If there was a woman who you met who wanted to feel younger and she felt really stuck and was feeling so disillusioned, by all these amazing claims and false promises, what would you say to her?
I would say give it a go. I genuinely have used the machine for 15 years now. I love it. I take it on holiday, like I said. It's part of my lifestyle. I've given it to my 18-year-old daughter. I think something as consistent as that is, the proof's there. And like I said, it saved me a lot of money with regards to, obviously, friends my age are now having treatments, things. And a lot of them say, oh my God, it's ridiculous, it's so expensive, which it is. And that's when, obviously, I've said about the TourTrend.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's really saved a fortune in the long run.
It has for me. Hey.
And I'm just wondering, thinking back to the beginning, how has TourTrend changed how you feel about the process of looking and feeling younger?
I like the TourTrend because it's natural. There's nothing I'm putting in my body. I'm doing it myself. I'm in charge of my treatment. Yeah.
And what's your favourite feature or your favourite part about TourTrend? What do you like most about, and how it compares to the former models TourAviso? What do you like about TourTrend especially?
I like the display because I like to see which muscle group I'm working. I find that really helpful because sometimes when you're in the zone, you can forget, and then you can obviously remind yourself and have a look. I like the way that you can see what number you're using. So the next time, say that, a couple of nights later, that I know that I was on that number and stick to that number, or I can go up or down, dependent on, how I feel.
Oh, that's lovely. What's your least favourite part of the TourTrend facial exercise machine, and why?
Washing the pads.
Oh, come on. So for people watching this that don't know, it's got the little contact pads that I recommend people hand wash with an antimicrobial gentle hand wash, which you can buy in the supermarket. It doesn't have to be any particular brand. So yeah, so you have to quickly wash them after using them. I do recommend you do that. And then they last ages, right? They last a long time.
They do last a very long time. But
yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I must admit, I don't love doing that. It's not. It's a bit boring, isn't it, having to do that? So, Melissa, I wanted to tell people a little bit about what happened last year, because I had 3 children quite late, very late, sort of last chance saloon. And I decided to take a year sabbatical because I had 3 young children under 5. And I sent out a broadcast email to all my clients and customers to say, you know, I'm taking some time out. The manufacturers in Italy will look after you. I got an email from you and quite a few other people, and so it was like panic. that tour trend and the sponges and everything that you needed and my support might not be around for a while. So tell us a bit about that, how you felt.
Well, I went into panic mode. Fraught. Well, as you remember, I rung you and tried to persuade you not to do it. To get a nanny. So yeah, I was quite upset, to be honest, because I thought, oh no, you know, I'm not going to have the backing if I needed to ask any questions, if I needed any pads or anything that I needed to come back to the supplier about. So I did stock up on pads, and I also bought 2 more machines.
Just in case.
In case.
Then I was back.
I have gifts now to people.
Oh, so. That's really nice. That's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. You're back.
And I'm back. Back. I'm fully back. And I'm not going anywhere. I was going to ask you, what would your life be like without Tour Trends?
I'd be really skint. Because I would probably have to pay and have the treatments. I don't know if I'd be as confident, as happy as... well, I shouldn't say that really, because that's being really superficial. Maybe I would be, you know, as happy as, you know, I feel. I'm really proud of my age. I'm really glad that I can use a product that only uses water to use. It doesn't cost me any more money than obviously the initial outlay. I'm not harming the environment doing it. I'm not harming myself. So yeah, it's a great product, definitely.
Well, I was going to ask if you think the investment into a trend is worthwhile, but I think we know the answer.
100%. Try it.
Thanks so much, Melissa. Thank you for taking this time to have a chat with me. It's been really, really lovely, and so lovely to see you.
Speak to you.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye. Do you mind if I just ask just a few more questions, because I can edit this out?
Yeah. Some of those questions I forgot what you were asking me.
Oh no, I actually wish I'd done it just like this. It's so much better.
Yeah.
Could you bear it if I asked the main ones again?
No, it's fine.
I sort of might go back to the beginning of it. Do you mind? Are you sure? Are we okay?
Yeah.
Just because I feel we're a bit warmed up now, and this view looks so much better.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Why have you gone blonde?
What, me?
Yeah, getting all zhuzhy.
Getting very zhuzhy. I felt like a change. I'm getting quite a few white hairs, and I was going very dark, and I thought my previous hairdresser was it was just going too dark, and I'm not actually that dark naturally. I'm like
Yeah.
a mid brown, and I needed to like do the roots every 2 to 3 weeks. It was ridiculous. And so going lighter, I could probably go 6 weeks.
Brilliant. Yeah.
It just blends in.
Yeah. I do about 8-10 weeks. My hair just doesn't really grow.
Mine grows really fast. But the other thing as well is this is like, it's called like a balayage. So it's
Nice colour. I like that.
it's balayage highlights it. It puts like a halo around your face. So that's actually really youthful. It's something I would recommend to be.
And also, the rest of your hair, the rest of it doesn't get so knackered from it, does it?
Exactly. They do it sort of fairly freehand. It's a girl who, yeah, she knows. And so it's got brunette in it, still brunette, but it's just got the lights, the highlight, and then it frames around your face, and that's very youthful, and it puts sort of light in your face. Yeah. So it's good. So Melissa, I'm really sorry, but I'm probably just going to start again. I'm not going to ask all the questions because I think it's too much. I just think we're warmed up, and so what I might do is clap. So when I edit this, I know when we start, and I'm just going to start again from the beginning.
Okay.
Right. Hi, Melissa. I've been dying to interview you. It's so lovely to see you today because I haven't seen you in person for about 2 years since you came to my last workshop in London. Before I had George, my baby boy. And so I'd love you to tell everyone watching what your name is and a little bit of background about yourself as a woman who wants to look young and feel young.
Like you said, my name is Melissa. I am 51 years old, and I work as a part-time model, and I also work in the corporate hospitality industry.
And you are one of my customers and one of my clients. And
I have been one of your customers now for, I think, 15 years.
Which is just amazing. I mean, that's when, 2005.
Yep, right.
So you started off with Tuaviso, which was my first machine.
Yeah,
the handheld device that I brought to the UK. And then you moved on to the Tuatrend. So I would love you to describe to people who've never heard of Tuatrend what it is, roughly how you use it, and what it feels like, what it does.
The Tuatrend, it's almost like a muscle. It feels like a muscle workout, but on your face. It's a slight tingling. You can feel your muscles moving sometimes, like tickling, juddering. So yeah, that's what it's like.
So wouldn't you say it actually you feel it contract the muscles, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Like certain parts of your face, dependent on where you are, you can feel it more than others. Obviously, when you use it here, you can really feel it, and around your eye area, I feel it the most there.
Yeah. And how did you feel about that when you first used it? That it was actually contracting, that you could feel your face working out and you could see it moving, like you said, your eyebrow actually going up and down.
Well, obviously it's unusual because you don't really use muscles in your face all the time like that, you know, every expression you've ever had. So yeah, obviously, first of all, it was very hard, not hard, but unusual to get used to doing that.
Yeah. And did it take you a little while to get used to it?
I used the machine consistently for 3 months, one night on, one night off, consistently, without even missing one, just to see, like your recommendation, what would happen. And I was just amazed. I loved it.
And why did you move on from the previous model, the Tuaviso? Why did you decide to move on to the Tuatrend? What attracted you to it?
The Tuaviso is great, but you can only use it singly on one side of your face. With the Tour Trend, you've got 2 wands, which I use 2 wands. So obviously it cuts your treatment time down. And also I like the fact that you can slide wands, so you're using more muscle groups for less time. So it's great.
Yeah, exactly. It's the contact area as well. That's why, I was so excited when we first brought Tour Trend out. I just knew my customers and clients would love it, because the contact area is so easy. It's effortless. You just place it in the zone that you're shown on the machine, on the pod that lights up. You're shown a cheek zone, you put it on your cheek. That's it. You're in the right area. And like you said, you can glide it during the contractions.
Definitely.
It's the only face machine of its kind that I know of that you can do that you can actually move and glide the wand. And then when you use 2, like you said, cuts your treatment time down in half.
But also, you're working your face equally each side if you do have the double wand, so you're not doing one cheek more than the other, which was one thing that really I thought, because you can use the Tour with one, but I decided to invest in 2 wands, so then it's just quicker.
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. So we're dying to know, what else do you do, Melissa? Because you do look fab. Come on. It's just me. What else are you doing?
I'm not against treatments at all. Like, I have tried Botox in the past, which is great, but I wouldn't recommend using the Tour Trend with Botox, because obviously you're counteracting what you're trying to do, because Botox paralyzes your muscles, where the Tour Trend, it wakes up your muscles. And I found with both of them, the Tour Trend, obviously you do get your own expression, and as you get a little bit older, you can look a bit peculiar sometimes with too much Botox. When you see people and you think, oh my goodness, what's happened there? So I just like the way that I could be natural, because a lot of people say to me, oh, what have you had done? You've had loads done. But it's generally down to the Tour Trend machine, exercising my muscles, because obviously it keeps your face youthful.
It's a bit of a paradox. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but it's like, so you can prevent wrinkles by paralyzing muscle, yet with Tour Trends, with exercising, if you do it in the right way, and that's important, if you're doing it in the right way, you can also have smooth skin and prevent wrinkles, but it's doing the opposite. But because muscle, as we lose fat in our face, muscle's so important for keeping youthful volume. So to me, it's always made sense to work on the muscle, which is the structure of the face, to have the symmetry and to have that volume in the face.
Well, the muscle texture and tone in your face is like the scaffolding. And like I said, you can have loads of treatments, but if you in the first place, you don't have the muscle tone to hold it all up, you're defeating it, really, aren't you? What you're trying to achieve. So I think, totally for all sorts of treatments, if that's the route you want to go down. But I recommend, obviously, the basic structure of great muscle tone is great. Like, it's the bottom layer if you want to go down that route. It's fine.
And you've got lovely plump lips. So is that all down to the Tour Trends, or have you been doing anything else to plump up?
I always ask constantly about my lips, because obviously people say, oh, you've got great big lips, you've had your lips done. I am very happy to show people a picture of me at 18 when I was modeling, and my lips were exactly the same. And trust me, back when I was 18, they didn't do lip filler. So yeah, I've always had quite plump lips, but I do exercise around my lips with the Tour Trend to increase the blood flow, and also, tone and texture. It's great.
That's amazing, Melissa. I might have to get you to come back on again and show us how you're using the Trend wands.
Because I won't talk, I'll be like that.
But yeah, do tell us, like, so what results have you noticed personally with Tour Trends?
I definitely have really noticed, obviously, my cheeks, where obviously I exercise this bit, and it's kept the tone and the fullness, the plumpness of, you know, the cheek pads. I think that's really helped. I think it's helped here, like with the gels, because obviously your fat pads start to slip down. I use it on my neck. I use it on my eyes to, you know, help. And I think it helps to brighten and widen your eyes. I really do think that helps a lot when you're working.
And you've got volume in your face. You haven't lost volume here in your lower face, Melissa?
No, that's because I'm fat.
No, you're not. You are not. No way. And let me tell you, we don't want to be skinny anyway. Right?
I know. I have to, you know, I definitely do think it is to do with the Tour trend, because obviously I do exercise this bit all along the jawline, up to here, right to behind my ear, because I think all of this structure does help. And also here, because obviously if you're exercising here, this is what comes down. So
absolutely, yeah. And how long does it take you to do your workout, and how often do you do it?
I use the Tour trend probably every, well, I'd say 2-3 times a week, and it's quite a quick treatment for me now, because obviously I know what I'm doing. I watch telly when I'm doing it, and it probably takes me.
Sorry, Melissa, do you mind just saying that last bit again, because we've lost you. I think our connection's gone a bit.
Okay.
Just say that last bit again about how often you use it. And
okay, I use the Tour trend probably 2 to 3 times a week now. I do it using, well, when I'm watching TV, I don't need to use a mirror anymore because I know exactly where to place the wands. And I would say the whole treatment takes me probably 20 minutes maximum.
Maximum. Amazing. You know, I usually do recommend clients use Tour trend at least 5 times a week in the very beginning. Did you do that, or did you go straight to using it 2 to 3 times a week?
No, I use the Tour trend straight off for 3 months. Every other night I used it without fail, and I did it consistently for 3 months, because I started to get results literally after, I would say, about 2 weeks, and I loved what I was seeing, and I just wanted to see almost the maximum of what is going to happen. I mean, using the Tour trend is no different to like when you go and work your body out, the muscles, you're doing exactly the same in your face. You're exercising your face muscles, which ultimately hold up obviously your skin and everything else. So
what were you noticing around that 2 week mark? What encouraged you to keep going?
My skin tone, for a start, I just looked healthier because obviously the blood flow had increased. I think my cheeks were really plump because obviously I was a lot younger when I used that. I just felt, you know, I felt really healthy. I felt really confident because I thought it was really beneficial for what, you know, I was doing. So it was great, definitely.
So are you tempted now to go and have fillers or Botox?
I would never say never. At the moment, I don't think I need to have Botox. I like to have movement in my face, but I'm not against it at all. I have tried Botox before in the past, like I said, and I just didn't like the fact that you have no expression at all. And obviously when you're modeling or something like that, you might want to have to do a different face. So it just works better for me like this. I think also if you've got good muscle tone and you do decide to have filler on top of that, that looks ultimately great as well. That's not an issue for me, and I would definitely look at that if that's what I needed, but I don't feel I need it at the moment. I do use LED treatment. I've got like a little sort of LED in clinic business I do. That's great. I use peels on my face. I
But
think
I just want to be I just want you to be really clear, because it's kind of coming across sounding like you are having fillers.
okay.
So maybe sort of stress that you've said, you know, maybe if you don't mind, that you've saved a lot of money by not needing to have fillers. It's fine to say say never, but I don't have them now, and
Okay.
fortune or something like that.
Okay. So say it again to me, the question.
So Melissa, in addition to using To a Trend now, are you having any Botox or fillers?
No, not at the moment. I would never say never. I don't have anything against treatments like that. I have had a treatment called Profilo, which is an underskin moisturizer that is injected just at the surface. But no, I don't use any filler at the moment or Botox, because obviously Botox is counterproductive if you're using a muscle stimulant machine and then you're paying to have your muscles frozen with Botox. So no.
Okay, so this is all just natural.
This is all To a Trend. This is all To a Trend. But I have had peels, LED, and like I said, I have had Botox in the past. Nothing against it, but I just prefer to be able to move my face and have this option more than having like a frozen expression.
And how much would you say To a Trend has saved you financially?
I think after the initial outlay, I think it saved me thousands probably. On comparison, when I speak to friends of the same age of me, they have fillers costing £1,500 every 6 months.
Wow.
So,
wow, that's amazing, isn't it? And all you've got to do is every now and again buy some replacement pads.
well, yeah, that's
You use water, and then you got to, if you wash them, they last a long time.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's just you just need the water. So yeah, it's saved me a lot of money, definitely.
Let me just try and find something. When you were considering To a Trend, what got you off the fence to actually buy it and try it?
I was starting to look at diet. I was starting to look at more expensive face creams, because like I said, 15 years ago, a lot of the treatments that are readily available now.
Not To a Viso, To a Trend. What got you off the fence for buying the To a Trend, to try the To a Trend?
I switched over to the To a Trend from the To a Viso because I came obviously to your workshop, which I found really informative. That really helped me in knowing about the machine and how to use it. And it was an easier option to use 2 wands instead of 1 wand. It showed me that it cut the treatment time down, and I do find the To a Trend a lot easier because obviously you could slide it.
Yeah, slide it along the muscles, which is how long did it take you to get results with To a Trend initially?
To a Trend, I would definitely say I saw fantastic results, probably literally 2 weeks. Started to really lift my cheeks, and obviously ongoing, I use it, I'd say every 2 to 3 times a week, definitely. And when I don't use it, if for some reason I don't use it, I really do feel that my face doesn't look as best as it can be.
Melissa, you know how overcrowded the beauty industry is now. We're just bombarded by claims and hype and false promises that I know many of my customers have reported to me. They just don't know who to trust. So what would you say about that? And
well, I think genuinely, it's a product I bought for my daughter. I would never give my daughter something I don't believe in, trust in. It works. It definitely works. I've used it now, the product, for 15 years, obviously switching over to a trend, more modern machine. And I think the benefits and the results speak for themselves. You know, it's not a marketing gimmicky gadget. It definitely works.
As long as you use it
Yeah,
consistently.
yeah. I mean, it's just a lifestyle now. It's just a way of my, you know, I take it on holiday because it's small, it's discreet, it's 20 minutes. And yeah, I feel great afterwards, like a little mini facial every day.
Yeah, that's really nice. And do you do it while you watch television?
Yep, definitely. I just sit there and just place it and watching the program. So yeah.
So if you have a friend who she's over 45 and she's feeling really stuck and disillusioned, you know, by all the claims out there, what would you say to her?
I would say give it a go, try it, because there's no harm in trying it. It will be cheaper for you in the long run than going down the avenue straight away of any other treatments. It's a fantastic product for anyone of that age because it's natural. You don't look ridiculous in, you know, having treatments that are overdone to compensate for the natural aging process. And I think, you know, you do look more natural in comparison to someone that has had a lot of, you know, filler or Botox to sort of try and get that same look.
What would your life be like, Melissa, without Tour Trends? I said I'm going to take it away and you can't have it again.
Oh, not great. Be very skint.
You'd be very skint. Yeah, you'd have to have deep pockets for all the other treatments. So what's your favourite feature about the Tour Trend?
I like the little display of the little face. So then obviously sometimes you can forget which part of your face you're doing, you know, if like you're moving everything around. I do like to look at the display to see the number of the intensity. So then I can remember like the next treatment, what I was on previously, the number.
And what don't you like? Is there anything that bugs you about it?
I don't like washing the pads.
Come on. Fair enough. It's not my favourite thing either.
There's nothing about that machine really that's...
Yeah, I mean, for people that don't know, it's got the little contact pads, which are like sponges, because it just uses tap water. And I recommend that you hand wash them in a little bit of antimicrobial hand soap afterwards. And so,
Yep.
yeah, that takes you a few seconds. I'm trying to think what else to ask you. Yeah, I'd like to ask you if along the way, whether you've had any challenges with Tour Trend. Have you had any challenges at all? Have you ever hit any roadblocks with it, or felt not motivated to use it? Or
I've never felt not motivated to use it because I like the effect it gives me and how I feel when I see myself. It's given me confidence in that. I do think that it was a great help for me, even though I had used it for many years. When I came to your workshop and I realized that I was doing, you know, one of the exercises wrong, and it was quite beneficial for me to learn that, like the insertion of the muscle and the muscle groups and what exactly we were doing. And I found that really helpful, and that really aided me, obviously, in the journey going towards Tour Trend.
yeah, but that was an easy fix, wasn't it? That was an easy thing to fix.
Yeah. It was informative.
Oh. So I might just ask you one or two of these. It's a bit repetitive, Melissa, but I might use this just for a little testimonial. I just might shoot through a few of these. So we'll just do quick answers, and then because I want to let you go soon. So what's your name and where are you from?
Melissa, and I'm from Kent.
In the UK.
Yeah, in the UK. Sorry, let's do that again.
What's your name and where are you from?
My name's Melissa, and I'm from Kent in the United Kingdom.
And did you enjoy using the To a Trend face machine? Have you enjoyed it so far?
I love using the To a Trend facial machine because the results speak for themselves.
Well, they certainly do, Melissa. Do you mind telling us how old you are?
I'm 51.
And are you having any other treatments have you had surgery, Botox or fillers?
In the past, I have tried Botox. Nothing against treatments like that. I would never say never, but I feel that I don't need to have filler at the moment because obviously of what's happening with the To a Trend and how I'm exercising my face. And yeah, I don't feel that at this time in my life, I need to go and have treatments like that.
And what about your lips? Is that all To a Trend? Because your lips look amazing. They look like you might have something done to your lips.
My lips have always come into question. Oh, you definitely have your lips on. I can show pictures of when I was 18. I've always had quite big lips, but I do use the To a Trend, the wand, around my lips, under my chin, exercising the lips to turn them, to make them plump.
So are you saying, just to clarify, that your lips, it's down to using a To a Trend?
Definitely, yes.
Oh, that's amazing. So, and your lips are looking similar to when you were 18?
Yes,
wow.
I'm very happy.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, I can testify myself that my lips plump up from using the To a Trend. It is amazing. Even when you work on the cheek area, it's contracting and working on the lip area as well.
My daughter, she's very into like this, the lip look, and she uses her machine just around her mouth and her lips to get that.
Amazing. And in a sentence or two, what would you say to another woman over 45 about To a Trend and what it's done for you?
I think the To a Trend has given me the confidence to be natural, but look, as if I care for myself. I look after my skin. It's made my skin a better texture because obviously the blood flow. Can we say that question again? Sorry.
You were answering that really, really nicely.
Oh, sorry, can you again?
It's fine. So,
right. That's my menopause. It's like, I should say about menopause as well.
Yeah, you can. That's a really, really good point because it's very relevant to my audience. So, Melissa, in a sentence or two, what would you say to another woman over 45 about To a Trend and what it's done for you?
I think the To a Trend has given me great confidence in the fact that I do look quite reasonable for my age. I think, I can't remember again what you said. I've got a right block. Stop a minute.
Should I ask a different question?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll word it differently. So Melissa, if you've got a friend and she's over 45 and she's starting to feel a bit down about lines and wrinkles and the facial sagging that she's starting to see, and beginning to lack in confidence and is so overwhelmed by all the promises and the hype that's out there at the moment for beauty products, what would you say to her, being a friend?
I would say give the To a Trend a try, see how you feel, because I think the results are almost immediately. It's like if you go to the gym, you feel 100% better afterwards because you've exercised your muscles, and it's no different in your face. Your muscles are firmer, your skin looks plumper because obviously the blood flow, the erythema. I think definitely try it before you go down any other avenue.
I think
Also,
that's true.
it's natural as well, so it's
Sorry.
natural. It's natural.
Yes, it is natural. And also I think, like you said, just taking that step, that proactive step to do something for yourself. It really boosts you and boosts you just start feeling better. Like you said, when you have actually done a workout, like a yoga class or some fitness class, you feel it in your muscles and your skin. You feel better just for doing it, and then as you gradually start to see the results physically on the outside.
But also with the True Trend, you're in charge of your own treatment. Like if you go to have, a treatment or whatever you want to go, you are putting yourself in somebody else's hands to do what you want to do on your face or your body. With the True Trend, I'm in charge and I can do it as much as I want or as little as I want to see, to get the results I want. So I like that it's me controlling, obviously, my own treatment.
Yeah, it's empowering.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there anything what would you say to someone who's on the fence about getting started with True Trend?
I think obviously you're going to be cautious after say it again because I'm going to start again.
Okay. Melissa, what would you say to someone who's sitting on the fence about trying True Trend?
I would definitely recommend to try it. It's a great treatment. It speaks for itself. I wouldn't have used something for 15 years now to get the results I get, and also to give it to my daughter. That speaks more than, all endorsement, everything. You give something to your child because it definitely works. And I think I wish I'd had it earlier, because then you can start earlier.
I've heard that a few times. I wish I started it earlier.
I wish it had been available earlier.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your input. Hang on. Yeah. Melissa, what challenges did you have facially before you tried using the TUA products?
I obviously started to notice the signs of aging, and in my industry I felt that there was a lot of pressure to look younger, so I decided to
You model, don't you?
Yeah, I modelled, and also I work in the hospitality industry, so I'm working with a lot of younger people, and I do need to, be on point the same as them, and be the same as them, and to feel as good as I can and to look as good as I can. So yeah, why?
I can't remember what I asked.
No.
Both of us.
I get a question about menopause. Let's get a menopause question.
Yeah, menopause question. That's a really good idea. Melissa, many of my clients and customers notice significant changes in their skin around menopause and after menopause. Is this something that's affected you at all, and has TUA Trend been helpful?
I definitely noticed a change in my skin about 18 months ago, and menopause has definitely affected the way my skin is, but I 100% can recommend the TUA Trend, because obviously I still feel it's coming out wrong. Let me think about the question.
No, be natural. It's coming out fine. Just start again when you're ready. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. I think the TUA Trend has really helped me with menopause skin, because your skin definitely changes, and even I can see that in my own skin. And I do feel as if your face, literally, I describe it as melting. It melts. When I look at people that don't use the Tour Trend, like my friends, you can see a significant change in the muscle tone, the texture. And I think the Tour Trend has really helped with regards to like muscle tone to hold everything still. Because I obviously, with the lack of collagen, because estrogen makes collagen, which, you know, you don't have when you go through your menopause, it's really helped.
Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, that's brilliant. I think that's very true. I think the whole stimulation from the special microcurrents that are into a trend, and the boosted blood supply and everything, that really encourages the texture of the skin to look good, and it boosts collagen production, because it's technically annoying the fibroblast cells which make collagen. So
Exactly.
anything that stimulates those fibroblast cells is going to help really,
Exactly.
really help your skin. So that's really encouraging.
Yeah. I would. Sorry. Oh, I would recommend the Tour Trend to most women around that time in their life, and if possible to use it before, to obviously get your muscle tone and the structure, because, you know, it does change significantly when you're going through that. And even using the Tour Trend, I still notice my skin changing. And on comparison, when I look at friends, you know, or people that I know are in that phase, then the difference is quite noticeable.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, we can't stop aging.
Definitely.
But we can certainly, with tools like Tour Trend, you know, dramatically help.
Yeah.
To slow it down and to age gracefully.
I just think it's quite a great thing to help you not look too overcooked and overcompensated, because obviously when a woman does start to age, and obviously going through that phase in your life, you do age a lot quicker. I think you can look natural, you can look fresh, you can still look, you know, quite youthful, because of obviously the muscle tone, and that is what is ultimately holding everything up in your face.
Yeah, and most importantly, you look like you.
Exactly. Like, there's many a time you see a celebrity and you think, what has she done? You know, what's happened to her face? Because, you know, they have too much of something pumped in or whatever they're going to do, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not against treatments. Definitely, you know, if the time comes, and I think there's some great things out there, but I think used on top of even like the Tour Trend is a great facility.
One day, maybe. No, I think that's been brilliant. Thank you. I think I'm going to ask you just one more question, Melissa, because you've done amazing. Melissa, what is life like now that you've been using Tour Trend, and you've been using our Tour products for years, but since you've been using Tour Trend, what's your life like now?
My life now is still as busy, still as hectic, but I still do events and things. I've still got my own sort of little business. I still model, and I do think that that is down to the Tour Trend helping me to look the best that I can.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much, Melissa. It's been really lovely talking to you and seeing you today.
Thanks, Dina. It's so nice to speak to you. I'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye. Okay. Oh, thanks, Melissa. I bet you feel a bit tired.
I'm sitting here in front of the radiator. It's like that. I'm starting to sweat. Can you see? It's like,
no, look lovely, look amazing. George, our little monkey's had us up really, really early the last two nights. Before that, we've had Amelia with a hideous cough up several times a night. So it's been a bit of a
Oh God, what award are you going for then?
We go for loads of different. We've won awards, and we're always going for beauty awards. But what I'm particularly doing now is it's like a business mentorship. So I'm actually doing a challenge, which is to get my next sort of marketing funnel up and running.
Mm.
So I'm building up to that. So I'm doing a marketing funnel for Tour Trend. So I'm probably gonna, at the front end, I sell Suntegrity.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever tried it, but yeah. What sunscreen do you use?
What? Sorry.
What sunscreen do you use? Oh, I'm gonna have to go. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I've got to run.
It's okay. Okay.
I'm really sorry. I have to go pick George up. I have no idea. I'm so sorry. Could we have just a really just a chat, even on the phone or whatever? When are you around?
Tomorrow, Sunday.
I give you a ring on Sunday.
What?
Yeah. Shall I give you a ring on Sunday?
That'd be great.
I'm so sorry that I have to run now. I was actually supposed to pick him up at 4:12. Okay, right. So I'll give you a ring on Sunday. We'll have a proper chat. Thank you so much.
See you later.
Thanks.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.